You're wearing body armor, carrying a rifle, and riding through a war zone. Everyone who sees you assumes you're a soldier. But on this job, you don't serve under a military rank, and an oath doesn't define your mission. A contract does. The more danger you accept, the more you earn. But by the end, you won't be the life listed on someone else's budget. You'll be the one deciding what everyone beneath you is worth. Your first post isn't a battlefield. It's a gate. You stand at the edge of a compound in a country that isn't yours, watching a road that mostly stays empty. Hours pass the same way. You scan faces. You check badges. You listen for anything that doesn't belong. Most days, nothing does. Then, one afternoon, a vehicle slows where it shouldn't, and every instinct you have goes still and sharp at once. You watch. You wait. It turns. It leaves. Your heart rate takes longer to follow. Routine folds back over the moment like it was never there. Inside the compound, people move without looking at you. Laptops, meetings, deliveries, a world that keeps running because you're standing still. You start to notice something. If a window cracks or a generator fails, someone notices within the hour. Forms get filed, replacements get ordered. Your own fatigue, your own fear, moves through the day unrecorded. In your vest pocket, folded soft from handling, is the only thing that proves you're assigned to this gate at all. Not that anyone here knows you. You protect an asset for people who may never learn your name. But standing still isn't why they hired you. They hired you to move. Now you don't guard a place. You guard a moving target, and you're inside it. The gate is behind you. Ahead is a route you didn't choose on a schedule you didn't set. An hour before departure, the plan changes. No explanation, just a revised route sheet and a shorter window to get there. Nobody above you owes you the reasoning. You just carry it. The vehicle moves and the land opens up around you, flat, quiet, watchful. Every kilometer here pays more than the gate ever did, and you understand why without anyone saying it out loud. Speed doesn't cancel risk, it just changes who's holding it. By the time you reach the drop point, your hands have stopped shaking before your mind admits they ever were. The paperwork gets signed off. Another route sheet gets filed. Somewhere, your name is one line among many, attached to a distance instead of a place. Every mile pays more because every mile carries a risk the client transferred to you. Then one day, the job stops being about cargo and starts being about a person. This time, the thing you're protecting isn't cargo. It's a person. You're assigned to a detail, walking half a step behind someone whose name opens doors yours never could. You learn their schedule better than your own. You read crowds the way you used to read empty roads, noticing movement, expressions, and anything that breaks the pattern. There's a pride in this that the gate never gave you, the checkpoint never gave you. People trust you with something that breathes. But somewhere in the first real scare, a shift in a crowd, a door that opens too fast, you understand the shape of the job for the first time. Your position between the principal and whatever might be coming. It was never really about stopping danger before it starts. The team is positioned to face the danger before it reaches the principal. You find the assignment page again that night, the one outlining your responsibilities, and read it slower than you did the first time. The protection plan works only if danger reaches you before it reaches the client. Survive that long enough, and eventually they stop asking you to protect. They start asking you to lead. For the first time, the danger isn't only yours to carry. You lead a team now. The same kind of detail you used to walk on, except now you help shape the plan, brief the team, and check that everyone understands their role. You catch yourself watching your people the way you used to watch crowds. One afternoon, a teammate breaks from the plan at the wrong moment, a small lapse, nothing catastrophic, but enough to matter. Afterward, you sit with the incident report longer than you expect to. You have to describe what happened plainly, without protecting him and without burying him. Your account will follow him. It might shape whether he gets the next assignment or any assignment at all. You sign your name at the bottom, and it settles differently than it used to. You used to worry about what might happen to you out there. Now you lie awake wondering what your judgment might do to someone else. Their decisions become your responsibility, and your decisions become their risk. Do that job well enough, and the company stops putting you in the field at all. You still carry the weight of the job. You just don't wear the armor anymore. Your world is a dispatch floor now, radios, schedules, a wall of assignments that shift by the hour. You coordinate teams instead of walking beside them. Who goes where, who's rested enough, whose rotation is due. Midway through a shift, a call comes in that needs an answer immediately. A gap in coverage, a team short a person, a decision that can't wait for someone above you. You make the call. You approve the assignment. You will not be there when it plays out. For a moment, you feel something close to relief at being inside these walls instead of out on a road somewhere. The relief doesn't sit well. Near the end of the day, an update comes in from that same team. Brief, incomplete, cut off before it says what you need to know. You wait. Nothing else comes through before your shift ends. You stop carrying every risk yourself. You start assigning it. And once you're trusted to assign risk in one place, they give you an entire region. A radio becomes a map. Now the whole region is your responsibility. The title varies, but the responsibility is similar wherever you land. You oversee routes, teams, and client sites spread across an area too large to see with your own eyes. The delayed update from before finally resolves. A vehicle problem forced a detour. Communication lagged behind the fix, and the team was fine the whole time. Nothing sensational. Just a gap in information that cost you a restless night. You notice how easily that could have gone differently, and how little you would have actually witnessed either way. Your situation room shows lines instead of streets, site markers instead of faces, status reports instead of voices. It's colder here than the dispatch floor, more abstract, easier to lose the people in the data. You start to understand that a single miscalculation from this desk doesn't put one operator at risk anymore. It can affect several teams, sites, and client obligations at once. One bad decision no longer exposes one operator. It can expose an entire region. Manage a region long enough, and the company stops trusting you only with people. It starts trusting you with the contract itself. You've stopped managing danger. Now you negotiate its price. Different companies call this role different things, but the title varies more than the responsibility. You no longer manage only the operation. You help manage the contract that defines it. You sit across from clients now discussing scope, staffing levels, timelines, and budget ceilings. You are no longer asking what a job needs under ideal conditions. You are deciding what protection is possible within the scope and budget already agreed upon. In one meeting, someone raises a staffing level you know matters, and someone else quietly notes what trimming it would save. Nobody argues cruelly. Nobody raises their voice. It's just numbers, moved calmly across a table, the way numbers get moved every day in rooms like this one. You used to feel your pulse do something when danger got close. Now you feel almost nothing when a page changes and conditions shift for people you'll never meet doing the job you used to do. You've gotten good at this. That's what unsettles you on the drive home more than anything that ever happened in the field. Protection becomes a number, and every number can be reduced. One more step up, and you stop working inside the company's risk. You start owning it. You started as a name on someone else's contract. Now your name appears at the top. This isn't a rank any two companies would define the same way, but the room tells you what it means. It's quiet here. No radios, no dispatch floor, no negotiating table with someone pushing back. Just you, a stack of contracts awaiting your approval, and a display of the company's active work stretched across a wall. Sites, routes, regions, all reduced to soft lines of light. You decide which contracts the company accepts and how much risk it agrees to carry on paper before a single person is ever assigned to it. One gate, years ago, has become dozens of sites you'll never see. One folded contract in a vest pocket has become a stack bearing your signature at the top. One guard standing invisible in the heat has become a workforce represented now as figures in a report. You are safer than you have ever been in this career. You are also further from the cost of any of it than you have ever been. The system did not reward you for staying close. It rewarded you for the distance. You began by selling your own risk. Now you sell everyone else's. None of this changed because of the weapons you carried or the money you earned along the way. It changed because of the distance, a little more at every level, between you and the risk itself. You started as the person positioned closest to the danger, so someone else wouldn't have to be. You ended as the one deciding how much danger someone else should absorb instead. Somewhere between the gate and this room, that distance became the only rank that ever really mattered. What would you have done differently, at the level where it was still your name on the line? If you want to see what a different path costs at every level, subscribe to RankRise POV.